Hi, everyone. I'm Chris. I am doing a challenge against myself to write a gay pride story with tarot cards. This is a tarot deck that I am not completely comfortable with using. Where did the case go? Here we go. It is the Gay Tarot. It is by Lee Bursten and Antonella Platano, and I will be putting these spreads up on my Instagram and on my Facebook so you can actually see what I'm doing as well. Okay, so today we are going to be doing the Antagonist Demise. Now, from what my memory serves, our antagonist and our sidekick is possibly the same person. Now, what I'm doing with these tarot spreads is I'm just showing how you can unblock yourself creatively using some tarot cards. This is just a starting point. It's nothing like it's not going to be set in stone. And also, if you do happen to get inspired by this, you're more than welcome to write it. I'm not copywriting this thing at all. I am just wanting to show you how tarot cards work or can work for creativity purposes. So we have an Antagonist Demise spread. So right now we've got Sage. He is trying to come out of the closet. We've given him some family members, some coworkers, and some friends to play with and all that kind of fun jazz. And he has met a guy at a public event. We're not really quite sure what that is. I haven't been writing the story. But it's a public event, and he seems to be a little bit more on the preppy side, a little bit more on the, I don't want to say arrogant side, but a little bit more on the, like, all eyes on me side. So this is his antagonist spread, the Demise spread. So let's see what happens. So I got my cards, and I'm just going to shuffle them. I'm going to shuffle them 3 times just because that's what I usually do. 3 is a magical number, and that's kind of what I like to do it as. So let's see. What do we got? We got one more. All right, so we have a signifier for the antagonist, which is the Guide of Swords. That's kind of what came up a while ago. So we're going to just put that up at the top. And I know you can't see what I'm doing. Again, I'm going to be putting a picture of this on my Instagram and stuff for you to see as well. So I've got my handy-dandy spreads here. I'm using spreads from karmastartarot.com. Now on hers, it's day 21. This is actually day 23 for us because I'm kind of switched them around. Okay, so this is a 7-card spread, and I'm going to lay them out. So I'm going to put Sage just up in the corner, just so that we don't see his thing right now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we did earlier we did a sidekick spread. So this could kind of be an all-in-one type of a situation, but let's just stick with this for the antagonist for now. Because I think we made him the Guide of Swords, kind of a lover is what he ended up being, the antagonist, but we didn't really give Sage a sidekick. But I think that somewhere along the lines of the past videos, if you're this far, they've kind of combined somehow. So the card number 1 is the scene. What's going on at the time of the demise? And we've got the Ace of Swords. Now this kind of makes sense because he's the Guide of Swords. So the swords are like your thoughts and your communication. So I'm wondering if maybe he has said something publicly, like maybe tweeted something wrong, or tweeted something, or even posted something on social media that is inappropriate. maybe he was overheard. I think I did have Sage overhear him talking about Sage at some point or something. So, but maybe there's a conversation that he overhears, or usually the aces though are also the beginnings of thoughts. And this wasn't reversed. So it is kind of it's an interesting card to have, but it's something to do with the thought that's starting out. Now this does say what's going on at the time, so maybe it is a new thought that he's coming up with that hasn't quite formulated yet. The secret weapon of the antagonists. We got the magician reversed. Now I picture the magician as a guy that gets things done. He's a go-getter and he has the power to do things. But if this is reversed, it makes me wonder that maybe he doesn't have full control over his thoughts. So whatever press junket or press thing that the guide of swords is doing and trying to correct a situation, he doesn't have full control over it. And that's kind of what I'm getting from that. Now, we also have number 3, which is the antagonist's weakness that results in the demise. And it kind of makes sense. We've got the hanged man, but it's also reversed. Usually the hanged man is where the person, querent, character, whoever the character is on the card, can take a moment and look back and just take a moment to look at things from another perspective. But if this is his weakness and it's reversed, he's obviously doesn't have the opportunity to look at it from another perspective. He's obviously, something's blocked. He's on a mission to do one thing and he can't see another way out of it. Whatever that may be. And it has to do something with this thought. Maybe it's because, once you kind of say something out loud to someone, you can't take it back. So that might be kind of what we're going after here. So maybe he said something mean to Sage and or Sage has overheard him say something and now he can't take that back. Number 4 is the position of the main character. Is it a power or weakness? Let's see. Shuffle, signifier, turn. Okay. Shuffle, find signifier. Okay, so there is I'll do that in a second. So I've got power or weakness, the position of the main character. And I got the 10 of Cups. And it's not reversed. I think that Sage overhears his ex or the guy, whoever the guy is. I think we called him Guy, is what we called him. I think Guy. Whatever Guy says, it solidifies what Sage has been thinking for so long. So I think that he's in a good place to put some closure on this, and that's kind of what makes Guy go away. Guy has completely lost Sage at this point, and Sage now has the energy or the confidence to come out and to leave him behind and to move on with his life, to find someone else who's going to be more productive for him. Cards 5, 6, and 7 read together, get the details of the event. Let's see. So I got the Man of Pentacles. I got the 2 of Swords reversed. And I got Strength reversed. So let's break this down one by one. I think this is the Man of Pentacles. He is like the knight. The man of in this deck is kind of like the knight. So the knight's sorry, I have some fireworks going on outside of my apartment, and it's almost the 4th of July. So, this is the Man of Pentacles, and the men in this deck are kind of like the knights, and knights are the people who get things done. Now, knights, the Knight of Pentacles is kind of a slow moving person. He likes to control what he does, likes to control what he says, or gathers all the information first. So it's obviously something very slow, maybe a low-key building, something that's not a structure that's not quite finished yet, which kind of makes sense with the strength card that's coming up. But let's see what kind of happens with how this interprets. So I think it's kind of a low-key event. Maybe it's just a bar. Maybe it's not an actual event. I'm not really seeing a tweet or anything. Something with a building, but it has to be something with communication. So I wonder if maybe it's at like a bar, just like a night out. Something like that. Maybe he's thought, I don't know. So let's keep going. So the Two of Swords reversed is the Two of Swords is usually a decision that needs to be made. This is obviously reversed, so it's blocked, or he doesn't think he needs to make it. Reversed. I already know he doesn't like Sage. He's decided to say something about to Sage. Maybe something's blocking. It's a sword, so maybe something's blocking. Maybe there's an event that has blocked Sage, or blocked him from making the decision about Sage. Maybe that's what his thought is thinking of. This is, again, like we said, this is the scene, what's going on. So maybe there's like a thought that's still formulating in Guy's head, and he just voices it, and that's what Sage overhears. And that's kind of what's blocking, or what Guy is trying to discover for himself. And he can't quite put it into words until he says it out loud, which when he says it out loud, it hurts Sage. Now, I also got strength reversed. And usually it means, taking control of the wild things, or the wild part of yourself. I kind of think this is going to go hand in hand with the Magician that we had earlier, and also the Hanged Man. I feel like Guy is not going to have the strength to fix it. Like he always thought that he could. I don't think that he has I think that everything kind of blows up in his face. Maybe he has been pulling Sage along, and I think that finally Sage realizes that he can move on from him. And he's losing that. He's losing the confidence or ability to keep people underneath his thumb or wrapped around his finger or something. I kind of feel like there's a weakness here with him. So I have some notes, and it says, make sure half the cards are reversed. So when you're shuffling them, make sure they're reversed. Shuffle, find the signifier. So we found the signifier. And it says, if the signifier is up, the main character will seemingly succeed. And will return. The main character will return. If the signifier of the antagonist is reversed and down, he will be defeated for the first time. Now, I didn't quite do that because I found the signifier before I shuffled. So it's not something that I can necessarily do right now. We can return to day 8 for more details on 5, 6, and 7, which I don't have on the top of my head right now. On day 16. So that's something for you to look at. So then the last note that I have is day 26 is the antagonist return. Do I even do that on here? Am I even doing that, antagonist? I do, and it's coming up in a couple of videos. It's not quite done yet. So yeah, if you shuffle and you found this and the card comes up reversed, then the antagonist can be defeated for the first time. But if it comes up, if the main character comes up right side up, then the main character will return and he will succeed. So there's like a couple of different ways that you can look at how cards are read. And I will put the link to this in the description box below so that you can actually kind of read more on how Karma Star Tarot describes it. So that is the Antagonist Demise spread. And I will be coming back for another video here in a second. Thanks.